Hey guys, hope everything's going well. You guys know that drill. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below. Follow me on Instagram at AIH_sports. Follow me on my finance channel at AIH Finance. Okay, a few things. So I did a video yesterday regarding PSA and why people despise it. And I saw one of the comments. People don't like the fact that they mark up cards. So, for instance, you get a PSA 10 card, and that market value is not 500 bucks. Maybe it's over 2,500 bucks, right? Because the market changed and you won a championship. Whatever the story is, the market value went up, and then PSA says, sorry, you're not paying 50 bucks, you're paying 100 bucks, right? Or it could be much more depending on the card itself. And that's what ticks people off. So I wanted to ask you guys first, are you in favor of markups, you're not in favor, or you're like, I don't care? And I'm going to give, the other opinion, then I'll tell you what I think. So, in terms of markups, the argument for markups, I saw this on Cage Lawyer or on Luca Nation. Cage Lawyer was saying that, hey, the reason why PSA may do this, and I don't think he really cared. I just thought that he was just giving an explanation on why PSA would do it. So PSA may have a senior individual looking at a high-end card, and compared to a junior level grader that is looking at a regular card, a $50 charge, that would be the appropriate card for a junior level guy to look at. Now, a card that is maybe a Fleer 86 card could be worth tens of thousands of dollars depending on the grade. You may need an expert grader who has been in the field for a long period of time and who knows all the hanky-panky that goes on with the Fleer 86 card. So you have PSA say, hey, look, we need to use the expertise, or we need to use the time and energy of a higher or a person that has those skills, and we pay that expert grader substantially more than the junior level grader. So hence, you will be charged more for the card. But that being said, some of those 386 cards could be low-end cards. So that's the other thing. But the way that PSA does it, what I would argue is where I disagree with Cage Lawyer is that, hey, you have some cards that could be what, PSA 3, and that would be charged what, $50, and then if it's a PSA 10 of a high-end card, it could be worth thousands of dollars charged to the customer. So yes, of course people would get mad. And suppose you're crossing over this one card. This is where people would not like it. Suppose you're crossing over a card, maybe one of those 84 star cards, right? Based on one of the sales, it was substantially more than the BGS sale. You have to pay a huge chunk of money to PSA. And what is PSA going to base it on? Where are they going to come up with the markup? See, this is where I believe that the markups, I don't like that idea, because what sales are you using to determine that markup? Are you using card ladder to use that information? Are you looking at the recent eBay sales? I always thought that they wanted to buy market movers or a card ladder as a way to try to figure out, okay, this is the comp of the sale, so therefore we're going to mark up the customer based upon that. And that's how card ladder in the eyes of PSA is value added to the company. So Yeah, I mean, they just want to make the most money as possible. And back in the day, I saw this one commenter, and he said that, hey, they really didn't mark up the Tom Brady cards that I have. And they're marking up all of these other cards now for these guys. And it's ticking people off. So the arbitrage value for now the customer is their profit margins are going lower, but PSA's margins, you could say, are growing because of that. Now, we don't know what's going on in the back end. Obviously, they built a new facility or rented it out. They hired a bunch of new graders or they found a bunch of new employees. So that cost money. But still, they had cash flow since March of last year. They had so much freaking inventory. And now they're doing authentication services with eBay. They're coming out with new lines of product. They have Wada Games. The new line of products, I think they're going to grade Funko Pops. I know a lot of people said that that's stupid. Whatever you think, they're trying to make the most money possible. And I remember I think they paid over $100 a share for Collector's Universe. I remember during the pandemic, I think I was trading Collector's Universe, but I was scared. I'm like, look, the economy shut down, and how is PSA going to make money? I think in Orange County, they shut everything down. But the stock kept on going higher. I'm like, wait, this doesn't make sense. But it was all because, the funny money, Federal Reserve, and all that. They just jammed the system with so much monopoly money that asset prices went up. So I'm just looking at the fact like, hey, this stock was $15, I remember, in what, March of 2020? And Nat Turner's Group paid what, over $100 a share? That's a huge amount. So they paid a premium to get the stock, and now they're trying to, you know, make that money. And yeah, they have the cash flow coming in, and we don't know their financials because it's no longer private. I do wonder what is happening on the back end, like the financial side. So I could take a look at it. Now I can't. I can't look at the financials of these companies. I think Blackstone does own CSG. Maybe I could look at that, but still, if you're looking at PSA or the whole company in general, seems they may have overpaid and now they're trying to recoup all that money. So that's what they're doing. And they need to satisfy their own financial pockets before they satisfy the customers. A lot of people complain about the customer service. So this is what happens. Like I talked about, this is not capitalism. This is corporate communism because the government basically gave all this funny money and it went into collectibles. Some of it went to collectibles. And then you saw these hedge fund guys like Cohen, and Cohen's like, hey, I want to make the most money possible. And sure, it's capitalism, some people would say. But that dude's a hedge fund dude. And the way that the industry is marketing itself is like, hey, you can flip and make the most amount of money. Now you can't flip the way that you did back in 2020 and 2021. You can't do what Sasha T did during that time in 2020. And I think there's just going to be a lot more people that are just salty because of these markups. And PSA still can get away with it because their cards still get the highest sales. You go on Golden, right? Highest sales. But then SGC, some people would argue, hey, look, the Honus Wagner card sold at that much. But markups are not going to go away. PSA is just going to keep quiet about this. I'm pretty sure they're going to see videos like mine or people that talk about in the comment section. But ultimately, people are not happy with it. And, they get away with it. Unless SGC or CSG or BGS, and then BGS is irrelevant, I guess. But if those companies come up with the model that's more efficient than PSA and then their cards sell at a higher premium, then I could see PSA change the way that they do business. But with these markups, they gotta pay for that expensive stock they bought a couple years back, and it's still gonna rub people the wrong way. And I think the last thing, before I end this video, I believe they're going to buy up more content creators, or not buy up, they're going to do more partnerships with content creators to try to keep their image better. And I believe Fanatics is going to do the same thing as well. Sports Card Investigator had a really good video regarding that. Guys should definitely check that out. So you have Fanatics. It looks like they're going to be doing partnerships with influencers, or there's going to be coordinators relaying information to them. I'm pretty sure that none of those guys from Fanatics, they're going to reach out to me and give me that information from Fanatics. I'm just fairly confident about that. And with PSA, they already hired, she collects cards. She works for them. Is it in business development or operations? I don't know what it is. So they already got one. And yeah, if I were them, I'd probably do more partnerships with some content creators to stop the PSA bashing, because it's there, right? Plain and simple. Once again, I'm going to buy all types of slabs, but, people are salty. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Remember to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below, guys. Thank you. Bye.